Good evening and welcome to our Parent Academy, helping your child cope with the pandemic and the return to school. Please join me in welcoming our presenters, Ms. Camille Robinson, Director of Specialized Services, and Ms. Chelsea Niche, School Nurse. And now, Ms. Robinson and Ms. Niche, I will turn it over to you.
Good evening, everyone, and we want to thank you all for joining us this evening to talk about what documents that are needed to return your school child to in-person learning. I am introducing also our school nurse, Nurse Chelsea Niche.
Hello, everyone. I am excited and I am looking forward to welcoming the students back in the fall, and I am excited to move forward and show you all what is needed for your student to return this coming school year.
State of Illinois physicals and immunization school compliance. Our district health policy is on our homepage on our website at www.sd150.org. We want to ensure that all parents are aware that health physicals will be due October 15th, 2021. This is a stay hold date. If your child's physicals are not in our office by this date, your child would be exempt from in-person learning in the school. The Illinois Department of Public Health has a new requirement for our sixth grade students, which includes 1 dose of the meningococcal and Tdap vaccine. Your students must receive a physical exam prior to entering Illinois schools for the first time, and that's for any students in kindergarten, first grade, and sixth grade. This health examination form is what it looks like for you to ensure that your child has all the physicals and immunization to enter school on our school start date.
Yes, so our sixth grade students coming in this fall will need to make sure that they have their Tdap vaccine as well as their meningococcal vaccine. And with that being said, if you have any questions, you can always contact me and let me know if you have any questions or concerns, because we want to make sure that our students has all of their vaccines up to date. On our State of Illinois Certificate of Child Health Examination forms, you want to make sure that the parent, before they turn in the form that they want to complete, those yes or no questions on the second page, the health history, also making sure to note whether or not your child is taking medication. If so, please list the medication that they are taking, as well as list if they do have allergies. If both of those are selected yes, I will contact you to gain further information regarding your child, because we will have to fill out a couple of forms, such as the medical authorization form and allergy action plan for your child. But we will get further into that as we move through our PowerPoint presentation. Let's see. So for the pre-K compliance, we want to make sure that the child has their DTaP, which is 4 doses. They will also have 3 doses of the polio. HIB is 1. MMR, they'll have 1 dose. Varicella, they'll get 1 dose as well. Hepatitis B, there are 3 doses, and the pneumococcal dose as well. If your child is behind on any of these vaccinations, you can always call me and we can figure out a plan to make sure that your child gets on a catch-up schedule, which can be done between the doctor and myself to make a plan for the student. Kindergarten compliance, they also have to make sure that they have 4 polio. They will get their 2nd dose of varicella as well as another MMR. In addition to their physical exam, they will get an eye exam that they should have complete before they come in for schooling. We also have a vision and hearing screening that we do offer at the school, and we can provide you with more information on that later on in the slideshow. And we would also like for your child to have a dental screening as well as a lead screening. With the lead screening, you can get that by your doctor, which is just a few questions that they will ask you at your physical exam appointment. If you do forget to follow up with your doctor regarding that, I can call you personally on the phone, go through a few simple questions, and we can get that completed there. Thank you. Second grade, the only thing that you pretty much have to focus on is your dental exam. So nothing too crazy here. Moving on to third grade, we also want to make sure that that our students follows up with their hearing exam again. And like I said, in sixth grade, we want to make sure that they have a physical exam in addition to their Tdap and meningococcal, as well as a dental exam. For new students and transfer students, we need to make sure that all of our students has a complete physical exam that is up to date within 1 year prior to entry to McKinley. The physical exams are due 30 days prior to the start date. An exclusion from in-person will be up until October 15th. And eye exams are due prior to the 15th as well. And we also want to October 15th, sorry. And we also want to make sure that our students has an up-to-date vision and hearing screening. So sports physicals, let's see here. So we want to make sure there is a separate physical for our athletes, and I will be happy to provide you with those physicals. You will need a completed physical and up-to-date physical within 1 year prior to entry, and that is due, the documents are due up to the first 30 days of school. And the student will not be able to return to school if we do not have that paperwork by October 15th. And we will also need an eye exam prior to October 15th, as well as a hearing and vision screening. And like I said, this is the sports physical form that needs to be completed by your child's doctor, which is very different from our typical health physical that we will require. Now, every child may have various reasons as to why they cannot comply with a hearing and vision screening, or some sort of reason as to why they can't get vaccinations. Now, with that being said, we have paperwork for you to complete along with the child's doctor, that you will complete with them and you will bring back to me, so that I can put that in their file. There are various reasons as to why students can't move forward with a vision and hearing screen or with a certain vaccination, and various reasons such as religious, which is perfectly fine. We just want to make sure that it is signed and completed by the parent as well as the doctor. And that will stay with the child for as long as they are a student within school district 150. And this is the form for our dental waiver for students who will not be able to move forward and get a dental exam. So medication administration in school. Like I said earlier, with medication administration, I will follow up with the parent if the child is on any sort of medication. We do have forms that need to be completed by the parent as well as the doctor as to what the medication is used for, when the child will require the medication, and and with the medication, we need to make sure that it is filled at the pharmacy, and you send it to school in its original packaging with the child's name, the dosage, the route of medication, and when that child should receive medication. We have students who also have asthma. With that being said, we will complete an asthma action plan that you will complete with the doctor. And with the asthma action plan, we will move forward with a 504 plan. With the 504 plan, I won't get into much, get into too much depth with that. But with the 504 plan, we will have a team with myself, along with the specials director, to see what the child may need it for, if the child may need other services to help them with asthma, just to make sure that it is not impacting them with their schoolwork. But we will have all of this stuff on file with the child. The asthma action plan and the medication authorization form needs to be updated yearly. The reason why is because children grow, they evolve over the years. Some children, they may grow out of asthma and they don't even need their inhalers anymore. And sometimes they may have a different dosage, or whatever the case may be, things change. So we just want to make sure that we keep all of the files and documents updated yearly to keep your students safe at school. And we will need this prior to entry, before they enter school on that first day. Food allergies, which is another huge thing. Food allergies, we have an allergy emergency action plan, as well as a medication authorization form that needs to be completed by the child's parent as well as the doctor. With that being said, sometimes with the allergy action plan, we may need an EpiPen or a Benadryl, whatever the case may be. We need all of that documented. For the emergency medication, we will need to keep that medication in school. Some kids carry their medication with them, such as an EpiPen, which is fine. They can bring it to school. I can hold it in the nurse's office, and before they leave, I can give it back to them and they can take it home. We can come up with a plan, whatever works best for the student. We have the forms that need to be completed by the parent as well as the doctor, and different routes of medication, such as the EpiPen, which will be administered into the child's thigh. And with allergies, which one huge thing with allergies, we need to know, what are the side effects? What will your child experience, such as peanuts? Will their tongue swell? Will their lips swell? What are the signs and symptoms that I need to be mindful of, as well as the teachers and staff around them? What should we be looking for if a child ingests something unknowingly, just to make sure that we can keep them safe? So all of that information is provided on the food allergy emergency care plan. Health resources. With health resources, we will provide the Ronald McDonald House Charity Care Mobile this year. I am super, super excited because this is a huge opportunity for McKinley students. Why? Because there may be issues with a lot of students and parents trying to find a place to take their child to get vaccinated. With COVID, there has been a lot of ups and downs, miscommunication. It's been difficult trying to get kids in to see their primary care physician. So we are providing and working with the Ronald McDonald charity to have the Care Mobile come to our school September 9th. September 9th. Please mark that down. That will be the second week that we are back in school. We will send out authorization forms for the students. When kids are here at school, they will have the opportunity to step out of class for 20 to 40 minutes to either get an updated health physical and or vaccinations. Okay, so instead of trying to make an appointment with the primary care physician, all you have to do is call me to set up an appointment for your child. I will just need the demographics such as their name, their date of birth, how old they are, their address, and what type of insurance they have. Now, one thing to be mindful of with the Ronald McDonald Care Mobile, we are targeting children and families who either are on Medicaid or no insurance. Medicaid or no insurance. So we just want to make sure that you keep that in mind because we are only able to offer that to those parents, okay? For the children who will be on campus at school, in-person learning at school, we want to make sure that the parents sign the consent form because you will not need to be there. I repeat, parents do not need to be there, okay? They are in good hands. All will be well. With the vaccination records, as soon as they administer the vaccine and update their health physical, the Ronald McDonald Care Mobile, they will compile all of that information. They will give that to me and I will update your child's file. So that way everything is up to date. The child is, your student is now compliant and we won't have to worry about anything else moving forward. So just want to make sure that you all mark this down in your calendar right now, September 9th, which is a Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can always reach out to me. My number is on the slide, or you can email me at cniche@sd150.org. Okay, all right.
Thank you for that, Chelsea. You may want to drop that in the chat for the parents that have joined us this evening.
Yes.
One thing we want everyone to remember is that we want to, of course, help stop the spread of COVID in our schools. So it's important for them to wash their hands, cough in their elbow, don't touch their face, ensure that we are keeping with CDC guidelines as far as the number of distance and we should stay away from other students or spacing. And if your child is sick, just keep them at home. You just need to contact your child's school to let them know they'll be absent. Again, that's the end of our presentation to talk about health, immunization, and physicals and what is needed for your child to return to in-person learning in the fall. If you have any questions about our health policy, it is located on our homepage on our website at www.sd150.org under Board of Education, under Board Policies.
Thank you to our presenters, Ms. Robinson and Nurse Niche, and thank you to all of you for joining us for this evening's Parent Academy. If you enjoyed tonight's webinar, you can view a schedule of all of our upcoming webinars on the SD150 district website. And as always, you can view past webinars by going to the technology section of the district website at www.sd150.org/department/technology. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.